This is from a pre-calculus text using polynomial division. So polynomial division looks like this. We're asked to let f of x equal x to the fourth power minus 16 and let g of x equal x squared plus 3x plus 1. And then we're asked to evaluate this. Evaluate f of x divided by g of x. And it looks kind of confusing at first because this looks a little daunting. So this is what I started out. Oh, let me go to this quickly. Somebody had asked me, Charlie, can I use synthetic division here? You may not use synthetic division because synthetic division has to be done when you're dividing a polynomial by something by the form of something in like x minus c. So it needs to be binomial. So we cannot use that here. What we do have here is this, and I'm going to take this function right here. I'm just going to rewrite this, and if you can see what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to make placeholders. So I have x to the fourth minus 0x to the thirds minus 0x squareds minus 0x's minus 16. And maybe you're thinking this is kind of a stupid idea, but I think this will really come in handy as far as placeholders so we don't make a bunch of really stupid mistakes here. So here we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to divide by x squared plus 3x plus 1. And I see that I use this color coding here. And the reason I'm doing that is because I need you guys to really understand that everything follows this. I'm not dividing by all this crap. Everything's going to follow. So I'm just going to divide by this point here. So I'm going to start with x to the fourth divided by x squared, which of course is x squared. And then I'm going to do exactly what we did when we were in elementary school, whenever it was that we were doing division. So I'm going to divide, then I'm going to multiply. So I'll multiply this times this times this, and then this times this. Being careful to put things in the places that they belong. So x squared times x squared is x to the fourth. X squared times 3x is positive 3x cubed, isn't it? And x squared times 1 is positive x squared, right? And if you remember, when we do division, the next thing you do is subtract. So I'm going to subtract this piece out right here. It will look like this, right? And then I'm going to do I'm going to actually put this in. So this goes to negative, this goes to negative, and this goes to negative. I'm just distributing this negative sign. Hopefully that's okay. And this goes to 0. This goes to negative 3x cubed, and this goes to negative x squared, doesn't it? Now, if you choose to, you can bring down this negative 16 now. You can just put it out here if you'd like to, whatever you think is best. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to divide again. And I'm going to take this negative 3x cubed divided by x squared, and that gives us negative 3x's, I think, doesn't it? I'm going to multiply negative 3x times this is negative 3x cubed. This times this is negative 9x squareds. Isn't that right? Sure, negative 9x squareds, and then minus 3x's. Oh, you know what I should have done here? I should have brought this thing down. That's what I should have done. Right? That looks a lot better, doesn't it? And I'm going to go ahead and do my subtraction again. Oh, no, I'm not. Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm going to distribute, right? We're supposed to subtract this whole quantity out, which means to add the opposite. So negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times a negative is a positive. Negative times a negative is a positive, isn't it? All right, so that was me distributing that. This goes to 0. This goes to 8x squareds, doesn't it? And this goes to positive 3x's. Now I'm going to bring down my negative 16. So I think we're making good progress here. What you think we're going to do next is exactly what we're going to do next. We're going to take 8x squared divided by x squared is 8. So positive 8 here, isn't it? I'm going to multiply. 8 times x squared is 8x squared. 8 times positive 3x is positive 24x's, isn't it? And 8 times 1 is 8. This time, you're going to be so proud of me. I'm going to remember to subtract out the whole thing, right? So this negative sign makes this negative, makes this negative, and makes this negative, doesn't it? I'll get rid of that there. I'm going to do my subtraction. I get negative 24 minus 21x, and this goes to 0. So here's my answer. Here's my answer. This is part of my answer right here. But remember, when we have a remainder, we do it plus, and it's plus, in this case, 21x minus 24 all over x squared plus 3x plus 1. And just a quick reminder of why I did that this way. This is what they say. They say f of x is equal to p of x times q of x plus r of x, where r of x is the remainder. And that's just absolutely true. This is not a big deal the way we set this thing up at the end. Think about this way. If I take 15 and I divide it by 2, right? It goes in 7 times. 7 times 2 is 14. I know this is easy math, but think about what you do. And you have 1 here, don't you? And then we all know that 15 divided by 2 is actually 7.5, isn't it? Here's the half, 1 over 2. So it's plus 1 over 2. So this is p of x, this is q of x, and this is r of x. All right? So I hope that was really helpful. This is something that your professor will definitely expect you to be able to do. So good luck. Vaya con Dios.